Someone please call 911. Cause I've been shot down. In my soul, in my soul. Someone please call 911. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? It's your boy Big LA, you feel me? Hey, like, share, sub up, tell a friend, tell them I'll do it again. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss no more shorts and or videos again. Before I get into it, rest in heaven and my condolences to the families of the people lost. If y'all been living under a rock, y'all don't know it's a whole lot of wildness going on in Stockton. You know what I'm saying? There was a mass shooting. Almost 20 people injured. 4 confirmed. Passed on. Just trying to figure out what's going on with the world, you know. We got 24 hours in the day to be anything that we want to be or attempt to be anything that we want to be. So what will possess these types of actions or movements? Mental health is real. Check on your people. Now, CBS News Sacramento been covering this. They dropped a segment. We're going to cover it.
That are violent and commit violent crimes. But these animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party.
Breaking news tonight, we are getting our first look at that banquet hall where a mass shooting took place in Stockton, killing 4 people, leaving 11 others hurt. 3 of the victims killed are children. You can see birthday party balloons inside that crime scene almost 24 hours after the shooting broke out. Good evening. I'm Steve Large. Here's what we are learning right now. Within the past hour, the San Joaquin County Sheriff said there could be multiple suspects in this mass shooting. Guns were found on the roof of the banquet hall where this happened that may or may not be related to this particular shooting. We know 4 people were killed, including 3 children, ages 8, 9, and 14 years old, as well as a 21-year-old. The sheriff would not confirm this was gang-related, despite the mayor saying it was. Now, the shooting at the banquet hall on Lucille Avenue just before 6 last night, investigators believe that more than 100 people were inside this particular party when those shots went off. We do have team coverage across San Joaquin County.
What would possess the people to go and do something like this, something so heinous, right? Babies were slain. They didn't have nothing to do with this. They didn't know what was going on. They had a function with their people, and they just having a good old time being kids. Some adults, some goofies. When this wild shit for no good reason whatsoever. 3 kids, 1 adult. Police trying to save face, saying they don't know if it was gang violence. The head of the city says gang violence. What's going on? What's happening? This reminds me of the comment I got in my comments the other day. A person saying these types of things don't happen in Northern California. So the statements that are being made are ignorant and unwanted. How? When you got people going to parties, functions, doing dumb shit, make it make sense. You want to jump out your body and speak for your people. And no, I'm not talking to Seti Nash. I'm not going to bring up the content creator that said it. I'm not going to give them that type of publicity. But what I will say, as I was saying, if you're going to speak up and say something for your people, make sure things like this ain't happening in your area before you try to speak for my people or to my people about any situation.
Right now, let's start with your reporter covering Stockton, Carmela Karcher in French Camp. And Carmela, the sheriff just spoke with some important updates. What can you tell us?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Steve. Now, the San Joaquin County Sheriff just wrapped his press conference up about a half hour ago, updating the community on what new information they've gathered about this mass shooting that happened here in Stockton last night. Now, like, as you just mentioned, this all happened at around 6 p.m. yesterday, where the sheriff believes multiple gunmen opened fire at a child's birthday party. 15 people were shot, 4 have since died. Ages are 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. Now, 5 people were arrested last night by the Stockton Police Department, but the sheriff says he cannot confirm if this was related to the incident. There were also multiple cars that were towed last night, as well as multiple firearms seized that were found on the roof. But again, unknown if this is related to the shooting. But the main message the sheriff wants to get out to the community is that this was an isolated incident.
We're confident that this was not a random act. They walked into this area and was probably looking for somebody in particular. Why they did that, what they're part of, who they are, we don't know. But this was not somebody who was unacquainted with them. We don't believe it was not something where the rest of the public has to fear. This wasn't just some terrorist type attack where they walked in and just wanted to kill people. So we're not gonna say whether it's gang related or not until we have all the facts in front of us.
Okay. With that being said, all right, cool. He want to say he can't say if it's gang related or not. Okay, cool. But how can you say that people have nothing to worry about? Oh, it might have been isolated, but okay, cool. If people like that are willing to go do things like this in those types of environments, who's to say somebody ain't gonna catch somebody do somebody on the street broad daylight? Who's to say somebody ain't coming out their house and something happened? Hey, higher powers forbid. But reality is reality. How you gonna say this and that ain't gonna happen? You probably live outside the community that you're saying it ain't gonna happen in. Make it make sense. Somebody, hey man, somebody call reinforcements. You know what I'm saying? For Stockton. Hey, I need help. You know what I'm saying?
Now, again, this was an isolated incident, and again, that he is not going to confirm if this was a gang-related incident, but he did say that the investigation is still in its very early stages, about 21 hours in, so he's urging the community to come forward with any information.
Carmela, I wanted to ask you, it was interesting and I think notable that the sheriff was asking for the public's help with information. At the same time, he did not release any suspect descriptions, saying there could have been one or multiple shooters. So were you able to read into that at all, that whether they feel like they have good information on who these suspects are?
Yeah, and so he did mention that. He was saying that they have not going to release any of the description of the suspects because it's still in the very early stages, again, only 21 hours in. But they did say that if they were going to put out a description, that they will do that once they get more information, or they might not do that if they already know what the suspects look like and who they are.
Keeping things close to the vest right now. We know that the Sheriff's Department working with the FBI on this in their investigation as well. All right, Carmela.
So you say the community ain't got nothing to worry about, but you expect the community to hop up and fall on their sword to tell y'all what's going on in the community, and then expect for them to feel safe enough to still walk outside their house, go over their threshold, and be okay. Most communities in California are close knit, especially up north. It's documented. You hear about it all the time. So if a person says something, I'm quite sure somebody in the community gonna know something about it. Guarantee. Somebody gonna know something, say something, tell something. Then that person gonna be in danger. Are y'all gonna protect that person 24/7? That's my question to y'all.
Karcher live at French Camp for us tonight. The community coming together to honor the victims in this mass shooting. Brady Hablab, you see standing there near the shooting scene with a very emotional day on the streets of Stockton, right, Brady?
Yes, Steve, obviously a very emotional day for a lot of the people that were here. And where I'm standing right now is just where that vigil took place. It wrapped up about an hour ago. And we're actually just about a couple hundred yards from where that shooting actually took place. But dozens of people gathered here today. If you can take a look at some of the video that we shot from earlier today from this vigil, you can see people were crying, they were praying, they were hugging each other. It was led by several different pastors from several different congregations, all with the same sentiment and the same voice, saying that this kind of violence needs to stop. And the fact that this was involving children was a main theme and a main aspect of why this is so shocking to many of the people that were here today, and praying for also the people that are in the hospital and praying for the families of these children, of course.
Y'all gonna protect these people individually? If all these people come say something, are y'all gonna protect these people individually? Or are you just gonna continue to be on TV and tell them that they're gonna be okay? And then when they call, it still take y'all 2, 3, 4 hours to pull up, come see about it. Then everybody find out who it is. If they don't come down to the office, and even then they come down to the precinct, somebody gonna see them on their way to that mud. So what y'all gonna do to protect the people? Other than just get on TV and say that y'all gonna protect the people. Make it make sense.
And that was the main thing. It was about coming together and not only praying, but also saying that this violence needs to stop, and not just to talk about it, to be about it. And we spoke to one of the pastors who spoke today. If we can bring that sound up, let's take a listen.
We can find a way to work together in love to begin to break the barriers that is destroying our community. Oh, we can make a difference. We can make a difference today. We can make a difference right now. That means I don't want you to just get on my program. I don't want to just get on your program. We need to figure out what's going to work for Stockton and make a change today. Do you all hear me what I'm talking about? I want you to look around at the people that's gathered here today. People just heard about it, saw a flyer, and they showed up to stand here today. But I need us to stand tomorrow and next week and next month, amen, to begin to speak out in regards to our community, the city of Stockton. I need us to love each other enough to where when I see you in trouble, I do something about it. I stand up. And I'm not talking about fighting and trying to tear down. How do I meet the need? How do I apply balm to the thing that's hurting? How do I apply that salve that's going to bring healing to what you need?
Strong message from that pastor right there. And Mayor Christina Fugazi was also here. She did speak here at the vigil today. And one thing that that she also spoke about earlier this afternoon when we did a separate interview with her, she said that she is in contact with the White House. She says that obviously this is not something that many mayors go through, is dealing with the aftermath of a mass shooting. She also mentioned that she is in contact with Governor Newsom and considering declaring a state of emergency so that she could have funds to be able to respond to whatever it takes to with the aftermath of this mass shooting, but also to be able to bring resources here for families and to also combat gun violence. Steve.
I thought there were some really powerful messages there. And one of the things that stood out to me, and I know you were there for it in person, was not only the number of people who were there to listen, but the number of people who were there to talk as well. This thing went on for a long time. Just how many people spoke ballpark, Brady?
I would say about 8 to 9 people spoke here today. And the interesting thing was they came from all different backgrounds, all different faiths. and they all came together, and that was the special moment here, and that was one of the sentiments that that one pastor spoke with me after she spoke today. It was the fact that it doesn't matter the background or what faith you're from or what side of town you're from, but it was all about coming together and working towards a common goal, which is ending gun violence, senseless gun violence.
And we're starting to see that phrase, Stockton strong, out there tonight. All right, Brady Halb live in Stockton for us on that part of the story. And another vigil for the victims just wrapping up the Central United Methodist Church in Stockton. That's where we find your reporter, Tori Apodaca. And Tori, you just spoke with the aunt of one of the victims who was killed. What did she have to say?
That's right, Steve. Just unimaginable pain. We just moments ago spoke with the aunt of the 21-year-old victim. She says his name was Susano. He was part of her very large family. She says that he was actually a second nephew. And she was truly just shocked when she got that text from her son today, hearing about what happened, the shooting last night at that banquet hall. And that's really why she showed up to this vigil today at this church here in Stockton to
when is the senseless killing gonna stop? When is the senseless killing gonna stop? When the craziness gonna stop? When is the I have to do something crazy, make a name, gonna stop? Make it make sense, man. Talk peace and then do stupid shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, share, sub up, man. Tell a friend, tell 10 more, do it again. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss no more shorter videos again. In the means and in betweens, I'll fuck with you.
This having shut down in my soul. There's a war in the trenches. Everyone doing this shooting. From the cops to the women. No one protects.